You're my little Milky Way, shining where the dark can't stay. Don't say much, I hear you in the quiet anyway.
I'm here today with my client as we're closing on their property. This is the final walkthrough. Let me show you a little bit of this space here that we're able to get for them. So this is the carport behind me, but look at this.
Streetlights on your jacket, flicker then they fade. You laugh a tiny second, I forget the day. Your hands inside your pockets,
And they've got 9 more acres over there.
feels a little cold. Something in the distance, arms are gentle too. Traffic lights are blinking like they're watching you.
How beautiful.
I don't know.
And we're live, finally.
That's it. So congratulations, Michael. We just closed on your first ever home. How does it feel?
I got chicken skin. I got like the hairs on the back of my neck are sticking up in my arms. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of paperwork, and pretty much, I mean, let's backtrack a little bit here. Let's talk about how long you've been on this journey. Now, home ownership has been kind of running away from you until now, right?
well, it's always been a dream of mine to own a home. Everyone has that dream. That is the metaphorical American dream, if you will,
Right.
to be a homeowner. And a lot of people think the dream is dead. I really thought that too during COVID when I was looking at properties, getting outbid by investors, getting outbid by old money, people that already have all the equity, people that are willing to turn away from problems that are present, but they don't care because of the location or because they just have too much money and they just want to throw it at whatever's there.
Right. So you're in that bidding war cycle, and
Yeah.
every time, and you did not want to
Overpay.
right?
No.
You wanted to step into an ideal scenario, and you wanted equity in the home. You wanted to be comfortable with your monthly payments, so you did the responsible thing by waiting. And this is one of the things we preach, and it may explain why you ended up dealing with myself versus you've had other agents in
Right.
the past, right?
Right.
And the goal is probably just to sell. And here it's finding exactly what fit. And that was the journey that we were on, right?
Right, and you helped me clarify what I want and stay committed to that, because what I wanted was so unique that, it's like a pipe dream. People say, oh yeah, well just, keep dreaming, buddy. Because when you say you want, a 10-acre piece of land that, with a house on it, you're talking, I mean, in Orlando, you're talking $500,000 easy with a trailer that's been flooded. So for me, once this house came on the market, I knew right away. I was like, this could be the one, because it has the land. Yeah, it's a smaller house, but it checks all the boxes. And once you get
Right.
clear on the boxes you want to check for your American dream, because everyone has a different American dream.
Exactly.
Some people have a dream that's been sold to them, like you said, by the real estate guy, that's not even their real dream. So it's more important for you as an individual, if you're looking to buy that you haven't bought before, if you're in my shoes, be clear about what you want, because that was what kept me going. Because I was sold, hey, get duplexes, get quadplexes, get in the best HOA neighborhoods where the values are going to keep going up and exploding. And but that's not what I wanted. That's
Right.
not what I saw as a generational view for my family and myself. And I had to stay committed to the vision and get overbid and lose houses that I actually wanted. Like, I wanted this house. I wouldn't have made an offer on it if I didn't actually want it. But being overbid or being, beat by someone else, with a deeper pocketbook was super just disheartening, honestly.
Right.
It was. And then
So you started to give up on that dream, and what we did was, because I remember the first thing I did with you is have the talk and basically said, what are the absolutes that we want? And we've looked at homes now. First of all, we wanted 10 acres. That's your goal. And I keep in my speech, I say we, because I put myself in your shoes.
Right.
I'm like, this is us together doing
Right.
this.
Partnership.
And I'm not looking to overspend our money. It's your money. You are the one that's worked hard for this, but I consider it ours because this is you being fiscally responsible.
Right.
Number one, and trying to set up your family. You're talking about generational here. You're going to own this land. You're going to, have your kids raised there. You're going to work there. You're going to have fun there. And I mean, you're going to have guests over. This is your space that you're building that you're going to be comfortable at for years to come, right? And you're also looking at this as if we grow as a family, can we grow with this?
Right.
And we've already talked about, yes, you can build because you've got enough space, right? And
There's plenty of room for growth at the end of the day.
Here's the thing: when you sent me some properties, I think there was one that was 5 acres.
Yep.
And we were looking at how can you get the 10 acres, and okay, it's half of the scenario. So one of the things I said is, does this really match what you want?
Bigger house, more square footage, but when you look at that as a first-time home buyer, especially if you're kind of handy, you don't want too much square footage. You want just enough for your life and your lifestyle, because all that's cleaning, all that's remodeling, it's too much to maintain. You want something that's, or what I wanted was something that was small and modest, that wasn't going to stretch us monthly, to where if we wanted to still be renters, or if we wanted to buy a second house later on, we're not in a position where, hey, we put all $500,000 into this one piece. It doesn't even have the full 10 acres, but it's in the best location, right? Location wasn't as important to us. I know a lot of times in real estate, people look at their location. We knew it had to be within the borders of Florida. That was it. As long as it wasn't in Alabama or Georgia or anywhere else, it had to be in Florida for our work and our career. We knew it had to have, space to grow and build eventually for my daughters. So that way they don't have to be renters and hey, let's clear an acre of land. We'll put a trailer back there.
Exactly.
That was the key there. So for us, it was, just thinking through the whole thing and then recognizing the opportunity where you can grow into it versus just trying to go straight for the biggest, baddest $700,000 house, $1 million house that has, a super nice kitchen and the best range and the this and the that and the travertine floors and the marble and the this. We could get that, but we'd be buried in debt. We'd be house poor. It wasn't the right choice for us. So
let's talk about that, because it's something else that I bring up myself, Jimmy. We talk about this whenever we shoot videos. What is the mental stress that a person ends up taking on being buried under that monthly payment that doesn't allow them the freedom to travel, to live? I mean, we're talking they're buried under car payments, house payments, and they have no money left for living. So,
or improvements and maintenance. If you buy a house,
an emergency that happens. Exactly.
Right. I mean, you should obviously have an emergency fund if you're buying a house. I would recommend no less than 18 months worth of emergency set aside. That's how we didn't put down 20%, but we have enough money to where, hey, if one of us loses our job, we're good. If both of us lose our job, we can find another job within 18 months. We're not scrambling.
Right.
I hate these videos with these influencers walking around, hey, you can buy a house with no money down and blah, 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 blah. And it's should you be buying a house with no money down? Should you have no money going into the biggest financial decision of your life? No, you need to have some capital to maintain it. It's an asset, and you need to improve it too. It's your assets, your domicile, your custodian of it. So if you're walking into it and you're like, oh wow, I need to spend $1,000 there and 2,000, 3,000 here, it's where's all the money going? You don't want to be in that position. We could have.
So you had a big wish list. You wanted the 10 acres. You wanted the property, no HOA, and we were confined to Florida, which is fine. That's where we work, so that's good. But then also, you said you wanted to make sure that you weren't overpaying. You wanted to make sure that you were getting a house with equity. Did we check all of those boxes?
All of those boxes. and good bones. You don't want to buy a crappy house, guys. One of the best things I did was I looked at 200 houses from the start of COVID in 2022, between walking to open houses, actually looking at houses that they had sent me on the parameters that they set up, And it got to the point where, I'm just going to tell you guys, I had a realtor let me go. And this would be a realtor that didn't even see all the houses that I looked at, but I wrote offers to that realtor. I had to then find Jimmy and Wayne, who I knew would help me see through, because it's a marathon, guys. Don't sprint when you buy it. Remember, think everything through. Think about, this isn't just a short-term decision. It's a long-term decision. You need to think through every little detail of it and be clear, because if you're unclear, you're not going to have the right outcome. We know we have the right outcome. We walk in with equity. We walk in with more than enough cash for the closing table. Everyone makes money. I'm happy. I can start planting my food in my garden. My wife's happy. We have a place for our kids. And guys, I'm 32. I can tell you, it is not easy in this economy, in this world, to make this American dream come to fruition, but it's possible. And you have to hold on to that. You have to surround yourself with people that are in tune with the fact that it's hard, and they're in the know. They're not naive and just like, hey, go, go, go. Doesn't matter what you spend. Oh, waive your inspections. Just offer 100,000 over asking just to get the deal done, guys. That's not going to work if you're a first-time home buyer and you're a young middle-class American person trying to build
it's a dream that you don't want to turn into a nightmare.
Exactly.
And that's, I think, what happens because people have FOMO. They get pressured into something. Maybe they're misguided. So along this journey, I definitely made sure that we, took a breath. We negotiated things that worked out, that would put you and position you for the best outcome. And I think today, closing day, we've achieved that. And now you get to go and enjoy this. So
and no popcorn ceilings, guys.
There's
no popcorn ceilings in my humble home.
So with that being said, there's other things. I'm going to follow up with Michael here later on. I've got some footage to show you what was possible. It's crazy. You have to be a little bit crazy in this world and stick with your standards. That's going to be my overall message. Stick with your standards and dream on, because you can achieve it. 100%. Any last words?
Just get a good realtor. Get someone that is in your court, because you need it. It's a vital part of a real estate transaction. And it doesn't matter if you have construction experience or if you are just a go-getter and you watch a lot of videos on YouTube. Get someone working with you. When two or more minds come together, it pulls a better cart. If you have one horse pulling a cart, you put two on there, it pulls double. And so having Wayne, having Jimmy, having these people in my court guiding me every step of the way to make sure we made it through, that the deal was closed and done, that was the most important thing. Because I knew once I attacked a property and I was like, hey, we're making an offer on this property, this is it, I didn't want to start the process and it be stop and go. It wasn't like that at all.
You get that let down.
You get to run right through.
Yep.
You get to run right through, because I've already been let down. I've already lost deals. Granted, they had popcorn ceilings, or they were on next to power lines, or I could go on and all these other houses, what they had wrong with them. But at the end of the day, find a good realtor to help you find out and identify what is right and what you actually need, for your dream. So,
well, we appreciate working with you, and you guys take a look at this other video right here that I made just for you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up. Appreciate you.
When you ask me, do I think of you? I just